Hi, and welcome to The Social Angle, a podcast that helps promo pros gain an edge in the social media realm. I'm digital content director Vinny Driscoll, and on this episode, I am joined by Adam Grant and Graham Walsh, co founders of True North Incentive Group and co stars of their social media game, to discuss the role CEOs and other top level execs should play in a company's marketing strategy. Adam, Graham, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for having us, Vinny.
Now, you guys, I know you guys are based in Toronto, but today, Graham, you're joining us from Vegas, correct?
I'm from
Oh,
Vegas
I'm
today.
sorry.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
I just figured
Adam.
we'll
I'm
switch it
getting the
up.
names down
Go
here.
all over the
Okay.
place.
Yeah.
And Graham's in Cambridge, I think.
Yeah, just outside of Toronto at our warehouse in Cambridge right now. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So we're talking about CEOs and their involvement and participation in social media. You guys do a great job, and that's why I really wanted to have this conversation with the both of you, because you are essentially are the stars of your social media. But before we get into that, can you guys both give a little bit of a brief intro, who you are and how you found yourself in the promo industry? Adam, let's start with you.
Yeah, for sure. So basically, I started in the promo industry in 2000. So
Okay.
long time ago. Found myself in it. Believe it or not, I was running high-end Italian restaurant, and a guy came in and said, "Hey, this is kind of a fun business. You would you'd be great with it." And on a drunken night, I realized he'd had about 6 drinks too many when he said that. But
Hmm.
a month later, I was knocking on his door saying, "Hey, what did you want to talk about?" So sort of fell into it and loved every moment of it. Had a great mentor. His name was Ted Tobias, and just ran with it and had some fun and grew from there.
Awesome. So you've been in
Yeah.
23 years.
23 years now, yeah.
Oh,
So
okay.
it's crazy. I started when I was 15.
Oh,
Yeah, no, I didn't start.
but it's not uncommon. There are people that start in this industry very young. I've talked to a few people who, their family, they grew up in the industry. So,
Yep.
15 is not
Mhm.
unusual in this
Yeah.
industry.
That's true. That's true. That's
Yeah.
true. Actually, I've already got my kids starting to help out with certain things,
There you
so
go.
they're
There you go.
starting
Yeah.
young already.
Yeah.
What
Good
about you,
thing.
Graham?
So I started in the industry in Jan of 2011, and Ted Tobias, a family friend of ours, and I was in the insurance industry before for a couple of years and wanted to change and chatted with him a bit about, going to be start looking for something else. He said, "Why don't you come work for me?" And it was pretty much the easiest job interview I had. And Adam was with Ted at the time, and he was a great mentor as well as Ted. And then Adam and I had offices side by side at Brand Alliance, our former company, and we decided to do our own thing in 2016. So True North started in September of 2016.
That's awesome. So you guys didn't know each other before that.
Before 2011, not really.
Okay.
I met Adam a few times just here and there through
Okay.
Ted,
Yeah.
but no.
I mean, your social media, it looks like you guys, to me, I'm like, you guys are old childhood friends, the way you guys interact on your social media. And I'm like, these two probably started their business. They grew up together and they started their own business, but that's not the case.
And that's not the
No,
case.
no, that's great.
Totally not the case.
All right. So, again, we're talking to Graham and Adam of True North Incentive Group. We're talking about their involvement in their social media, which is huge. If you search them on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook for True North Incentive Group, and you'll see what they're doing. They're doing some really great stuff. They're the star of their social media game, and I really wanted to talk to them about why they're doing that. How they really got into it. So let's talk about your social media game. How did you start doing it, and what effect has it had on your business? Let's start with you this time, Graham.
So we started just on the fact that we need to be present. We need to get our faces out there, have fun with it. We didn't really know, again, as we were chatting earlier there, that we were working out of a Starbucks, and the videos were one shot, one take. Come up with the idea, don't think about it, post it. beg for forgiveness later, have some laughs. Maybe people will make fun of us. That's fine. And it kind of started with, I was at a conference, like a seminar over the weekend, and can't remember the name of it, Adam. You might remember. It was two guys. Anyways, they were chatting about how you need to be forefront in social media.
Yes.
You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, it was.
Oh my God.
2000. It was early on in 2016 when we first started, and they had a great social media following. And if you're the owner of the company, you need to be face forward. Not a lot of people do it. So I don't know. I just threw around ideas and just kind of took the leap and started it without any really thought, to be honest with you. It was kind of like, okay, we're going to do it. What's happening right now? We had some stuff with the Leafs and the Bruins a couple of years ago, joking around. And it kind of went from there, to be honest with you. We didn't take it too seriously, which I think helped us because we didn't overthink the process of it.
Right.
Yeah. And it didn't take a lot of, it took some time. Obviously, it took more of Graham's time. He did the technical side of it. He was the poster. But we literally, as Graham said, just jammed straight into it and said, hey, let's do this. And one take and gone. So we'd spend 5, 6 minutes, 10 minutes shooting this thing. And we'd be like, was it good? Yeah, it's good. Let's go.
Good. Yeah.
So
somewhat good.
So why the emphasis on having fun and not on the business aspect?
Well, I think the fun, the way Graham and I sort of, over the years with the different companies, obviously when we started together, Great Expectations, and moved to Grand Alliance, we realized that, and then we moved into obviously starting True North. We know that our industry's not, and again, Graham and I, we talked about earlier, it's not brain surgery. Nobody's going to die because I do something wrong with a logo or somebody makes a mistake, and then we just felt like a lot of people taking it too seriously. We just want to enjoy it, have some fun, get back to doing what we know what we're doing, and so we sort of threw that in there that let's just enjoy ourselves and see where it goes.
Right, and I really do think that approach to social media is so effective, not only in this industry, but in any industry. You should, and I say it, even if you're in an industry that is serious, like you can take what you do and you can have fun with it. And this industry, especially, very creative. There's a lot of fun people in this industry, a lot of great personalities. Even if you don't have a great personality, you can get somebody in your social media game to represent your business. There's plenty of people willing to get in front of the camera. Now, I got to ask you guys, were you reluctant to get in front of the camera? Were you like, nah, this isn't for me? You two seem very outgoing. So how was your personas at first? Were you nervous? Were you afraid to get in front of that camera? Or were you like, I don't care, let's do this? Whoever wants to jump in there.
Well, I think Graham was definitely more willing to get in front of the camera than I was, but he sort of coached me through a lot of it. Thankfully, I had his tutelage as far as making sure that I wasn't too stiff, which I think I still am.
You're great.
but no, for sure. I think I don't know if Graham had a problem getting in front of the camera, but it definitely was a big step for me.
Okay, so Graham, you had no issues doing this. You seemed like more of the catalyst to getting Adam in front of the camera. Now, are you somebody who is a natural in front of the camera, or is this something that took a little work?
I guess I just kind of, again, you don't take yourself seriously, so it's just like you goof around, you have fun in front of the camera. You get some laughs, great. If you get some trolls, that's okay too. But no, I'm not an actor by any means of the word. So it was more of Adam and I bounced around ideas. Hey, Adam, like, we can do this. Is it funny? If you can get Adam to laugh and I can laugh, I think we have something. You know what I mean?
Win, yeah.
Yeah, and that's how we do we do a take. We look at it like, do one more, and he's laughing, I'm laughing. It's like, okay. We both have pretty decent senses of humor, so it's like, okay, this might get a few laughs, so let's do it. Let's do it. So it came pretty easily. to me, and Adam
Yeah.
as well. He's got to give himself more credit.
Yeah, I think you guys have a great rapport. And just looking at your social media, Adam, you said, "Oh, I'm too stiff," but I think Graham comes across as sort of the jokester. He likes to have a lot of fun. Like the video you posted yesterday about doing this live stream. Adam was the one who was like, "Oh my god," and then Graham, you're the one in the background, like, "It's me. Hi,
Yeah,
I'm the
I'm the problem. Yeah,
you're the
yeah,
problem."
yeah.
So you guys played off of the Taylor Swift trend on TikTok, which was great. And I knew then I was like, okay, Adam's more like, he's more the straight edge guy, and Graham's more the jokester. But the way you guys interact is amazing. And the problem, I think, with a lot of CEOs or business owners, especially small business owners, people who do a lot, they don't have much time, but they're also, they're still feeling out social media. They feel reluctant to get in front of the camera. They almost have imposter syndrome. They're nervous. They don't know what to do. They don't know what to say. I think what you guys do is a perfect example of how top level executives in this industry or any industry should be approaching social media. They should really approach it in a very fun way that taps into trends, whether or not you're on Instagram, whether or not you're on Facebook, TikTok. What's trending. If you're on those networks enough, you're going to be able to see what's trending. You go to your competitors, see what they're doing. I think it's very valuable to kind of get that competitor intelligence, see what everyone's doing. But you guys do it great. You jump on trends at the right times, especially on TikTok. Now, Graham, you mentioned about trolling or any negative feedback. Has there been any drawbacks to being in front of the camera as the face of your social media?
There's been definitely some trolls, but again, at the end of the day, it's just you don't know them. Like it's just a total random person, not someone I know or Adam knows. It's just someone that I guess is bored at home and
Right.
wants to take their whatever issues they're dealing with
Right.
out on a stranger that I feel bad for them, right? I hope
Yeah.
everything goes well, but just stuff like that, but no negative feedback. But you have those passive aggressive comments and whatnot from some people, but hey, you got to roll with the punches, right? So
Right. What about time investment? Like, is that a drawback? Do you guys find that in a busy season, which for a lot of people, busy season is 12 months a year, do you guys have trouble finding the time to invest in your social media game, Adam?
Yeah, I mean that's obviously a big issue for any business owner. I think it's a big issue it's a big I guess I shouldn't say issue. It's a big concern for most people that are wanting to do both business and social media. I know that if you're the salespeople out there and the admin and everybody else, they're all busy. Everybody's busy to different levels, and to throw in that extra element of hey, I need you for 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes to do this is a big ask for a lot of people. When you're running a business, it's a whole different aspect where you have to wrap your head around it. And I know that Graham and I have on many occasions over the years sort of been like, oh my God, really? And
we got to post. We got to post. Yeah.
We got to post. And I mean, again, you feeding off each other, as you've mentioned, we've been fortunate that we've helped each other through certain things, but when I've been going, oh my God, like I can't wrap my head around doing this, I've got Graham standing there going, look, we got to do it. It'll be 5 minutes. We'll just do it, shoot it, and be done with it.
Right.
So we've managed to sort of go through that, but it's a big issue. However, you have to decide, and we decided it's an important part of who we are and the culture with which we run our company, and the image that we want to give out there that Graham briefly touched on and we've talked about of making it a fun industry and having fun with it, and not taking ourselves too seriously. So it keeps us focused on having some fun as opposed to just being involved in nose down and getting things done.
Right. And I think the advantage to that is when people are scouting out your company, and they check out your social media. A lot of people do that, especially the younger generations, Gen Z,
Yeah.
millennials even. They will research a business online. They'll click on their social media, and if their social media is dormant, it's no, nothing's going on. They're hard selling. It's not updated. It's going to look bad on a company. But when you have a social media game like you guys, it's going to come across like, hey, these CEOs are approachable, they're human, they're having fun. This might be a company that I would be interested in doing business with. And I think that is also the advantage of having a social media game quite like yours. Now, we mentioned the drawbacks. What about some of the positives? Like, have you guys seen any type of I hate to ask about sales because it's so hard to look at social media and then measure sales because it doesn't work like that. But have you seen any positives from what you guys do on social media in your business? I'll go with you on that, Graham.
We definitely have seen positives within our industry. People, we're at trade shows, whatnot. People come up to us, suppliers, friendly competitors come up. Hey, love your social media, love your videos, keep it up. Like that's nice to hear. The sales side of things, again, like you said, we don't do a hard sell, so we might be joking around with golf bags or something else, and it might send an email. Hey, I saw your video. Didn't know you guys sell golf bags. I need X amount for a tournament. Can you send me some options? So it's not that they're buying that specific product. However, it's just kind of a reminder that, hey, we do more than pens and notebooks type thing in our industry. So it's just that soft sell. I wouldn't even say it's a soft sell. It's just a reminder of we can do a lot more than just our industry is known for of pens and notebooks and whatnot. So the positives, definitely some great positives. Positives outweigh the negatives for sure. And the soft sell of just reminder of here's some cool ideas that we can do, but it's not in your face and you should buy this, you should buy this. It's more of just it's kind of around in videos, right? So
yeah. And I think that's the brand awareness thing where people will remember you and they'll think, hey, I need X. And they'll think, who can I reach out to? And then they're reminded of your social media game, especially if they're on social media, which everybody is. It's like, oh yeah, Graham and Adam over at True North, boom. Like that to me, I feel like is the important aspect of social media is staying top of mind, being consistent with your social media game, standing out, doing things that other people aren't doing, which is what you guys do. And you have a lot of fun and people are going to remember you. Adam, do you want to add to that? Any of the positives?
Well, I mean, a lot of what Graham said, I don't believe it translates directly to sales. And we talked about that beforehand. That social media we don't believe it should be a hard sell. It should be more of a relationship build. It should be more of a staying in touch with people. It's social. So we decided early on when we first kicked this around that hey, let's do a post. We agreed 100% that we weren't going to be like, hey, look at this pen or look at this mug and whatever. We decided that we were going to have scenarios and do fun things. However, we were going to make sure that when we were doing this, we were wearing or holding or having in the actual shot something that would be one of our suppliers. So we were actually showcasing without showcasing. And supporting our supplier partners, because as we all know in this industry, and I think everybody in our industry knows, our supplier partners are 100% just as important, if not more important than a lot of other things that we do, keeping that relationship. So we like to put those products in play somewhere in the shoot whenever we're doing something.
Yeah, that's great, and that's another. And I've talked about that on other podcasts, is where the product can be sort of secondary to your social media game, like and I always think like entertain, educate. If there's products that you want to involve in your video as well, don't make it the star of the actual post. Like you can create great content around your business and what you do and some of the products that you offer, but don't make the products front and center. And I feel like you guys have done an excellent job at doing that as well, to the point where I don't even notice products. Like, I watch your videos because I love how you guys jump on trends and you have fun. And we'll talk about some of the videos that you guys done. You, like, for instance, the one video that I noticed was the Zoolander video that you guys did, and and I saw that video. This was, I think it was last year that you guys did it, and a lot of businesses were doing this. We didn't do it, but where you bumped into each other and just kind of like Derek Zoolander and
Not your bro.
yeah, they bump into each other at the I forget where they were, but it's like, excuse me, bro. And then you guys, I mean, it was a really well done video. I could tell you guys put some time and effort into it, but it was a lot of fun. And I was like, oh, let me check out these guys. And I looked on your social media game, and I was like, they do a lot of this stuff. This, you guys are having fun. You're jumping on trends, and it's really helping you guys stand out. Now, I have to ask, because the topic of this podcast is, whether or not CEOs, top level executives, should be getting involved in the social media game, just like you guys. What is your opinion on that? Do you really believe in what you're doing, and do you believe that top level executives, CEOs should be getting involved in the social media game, or is it something like, hey, it really depends on the situation? It's not integral to a social media game. What are your feelings on that? I'm going to start with you, Adam, on this.
Well, I do believe that there's basically twofold in my mind. You've got the CEOs and executives, high level executives of different sized organizations. I don't necessarily believe that a CEO of, I'm going to say, the CEO of FedEx or the CEO of Pepsi or whatever would have the time or should spend his or her time on social media being the face. However, I do believe that if it's your company and you are you are running that company, you are the top person, you're the go-to for the organization. It's a very I think it's a very good place to be, to put your face in front of everyone and say, hey, this is my brand. I stand behind it. I'm here with everybody. I'm part of the social environment of my company. Whether you're the only one, that's maybe not 100%, but I do believe that most CEOs are missing the boat if they're not putting themselves front and center on with their organization to be part of their social side, especially with the growing social aspects that we talked about, as far as TikTok and the various different millennials and all the rest of the groups that are focusing on it.
Yeah,
it gives them a focal point. So yeah, I do believe that CEOs should be more involved. Whether depending on the size of the organization, I don't think they should actually be the only ones, but I do think that they're well ahead if they can get involved and be part of it, put their face out there.
What about you, Graham?
To add to Adam's point, I do believe that they should be involved if they can be. And the progression, like when we first started, like I said, we were out of a Starbucks shooting in the back parking lot of a Starbucks, holding a camera. I mean, sometimes we didn't even have a tripod at that point. It was putting it up against the wall, making sure it wouldn't fall.
Right.
And then the progression of, getting busier and growing and building, bringing in, like I mentioned, Kate, who's been awesome, who's freelance on the back end. She shoots us ideas, kind of sets a plan now. And that's in the last, 6 months, 8 months that she's come on board, just kind of a freelance of like, hey guys, I know your time's valuable. Still want you to be the face of it. It's going to take up a Sunday, but that's fine for us. But, the progression of it, if they can do it, if they can do it and get help elsewhere, which is great, is what we've been doing. But I do believe that they should be the face of it if they can.
Yeah, I agree with you guys 100%. I feel like, especially for businesses, small businesses in this industry, I'm talking about companies that are 50 and fewer employees, get your CEO out in front of everybody, CEO, CTO, whoever it is, somebody willing to get in front of the camera who is, top level, and just have fun with it. Be consistent. You don't have to post every day. I'm a big fan of consistency. If you say, hey, we're going to do a daily, or not a daily, but like a weekly or a monthly video with the CEO, that to me, I think is worth doing. Just make sure that they're out there somewhere in your social media game. And I know it's not always possible. Looks like Adam, you've got a crowd over there in Vegas. No, it's all
Did
good.
someone win there? Did someone win a roulette there at the roulette table?
We just had a little bit of fun there.
Yeah. But yeah, I really think it's worth the investment. Now, if anybody has any questions for Grant or Adam, feel free to post now. Lindsay Alcorn says, "Hey."
Hey, Lindsay.
Do you guys know Lindsay?
We do.
Yeah. She's watching right now on
From our
Facebook.
past
We're also streaming on LinkedIn as well. Now, I have a few questions for you guys. Videos. We talked about some of the videos that you guys have created. What has been some of the favorite videos that you've created? And I'll talk about some of the ones that I like. I'm going to start with you, Graham, on this one.
My personal favorite would probably be, it was 3-4 years ago when it was around this time. The Leafs were playing Boston, and we did a bet on the pie in the face. 2018, 2019, maybe, Adam. But it was, again, behind a Starbucks parking lot. It was a bet that I believe if Boston won, I would get to throw a pie in Adam's face, and vice versa. So it's a 2-part series.
Okay. What about you, Adam?
Oh, I love that.
That was a good one.
Absolutely. I love that one. I mean, I've got two favorites. There's so many that we've had fun doing, but one was when Graham actually threw a snowball, supposed to throw a snowball at me, showing how great we loved our new jackets, at the time, new StormTech jackets. And he actually missed throwing the snowball at my chest and hit me right in the face. So that was kind of fun, but it made for a good shot. And the other one was where I just about knocked Graham out as I was again Boston Toronto throwing down the gloves, and actually was supposed to pretend to hit Graham, and I actually caught him right on the chin.
Oh, nice!
A bloody lip.
That's right. Yeah. You jersey me in front of the Starbucks again. The Starbucks. Yeah. Giving them a lot of free press right now. Hopefully they send us.
Yeah. I mean, hey, that's a lot. That's how a lot of businesses start. You're working. You're doing a lot of work in Starbucks. So also now my favorite video is Zoolander. Again, we'll put all of your social media accounts in our ASI Central archive file, so everyone can find you guys. But you can find that on Instagram. I believe you can find them on both Instagram and also on TikTok. Now, which network has been the best for you guys? Now, I know you're very active in Instagram and TikTok. So which one do you guys prefer?
I prefer Instagram. I know TikTok's kind of taken over Instagram. And I know we've definitely been on Instagram a lot longer than TikTok's been around, but we feel we get a lot more engagement, a lot more comments, a lot more feedback from Instagram than TikTok.
Okay.
My personal opinion. You
agree with that, Adam?
I do.
Yeah.
I think Instagram's been slightly better for us for sure, and TikTok's a new thing for us, or more recent. So I mean, it may grow obviously more, but Instagram's definitely better.
Yeah. It's funny because I noticed you guys first on TikTok, but then I went to your Instagram. I said, "Oh, these guys have been doing this a lot longer than they've been on TikTok." So I started looking at all your videos on Instagram. You do, a fantastic job of making sure that you've always got content, and it's mostly video based, which is awesome. I think that a lot of businesses in this industry get kind of wrapped up in just posting images, on Instagram. But and look, that's fine too if you're showing off, you know, the people in your business, you're having fun. But a lot of times that's not that. And I think video is the king of all medium, and I think that's, you know, what you should be posting or striving to post on social media. Um, Lindsay, Lindsay has a question. She's like, "What's next? Any new platforms?"
Ooh, Chat GP or whatever it's called. Maybe, maybe, maybe
Yeah, I'm not
we,
sure that's social media though. I think that's just our AI overlords.
we'll figure
You know,
something out there. We'll
they're
figure something out.
testing us out. They want to take us over, and they're using ChatGPT as a way
Dave
to.
Haggerty, who's a
Yeah.
better golfer? I think Dave's a better
Oh
golfer
yeah.
out of all three of us.
Dave's
Yeah.
the best golfer I've
Yeah.
ever won.
Yeah, and speaking of golfing, I was watching your Happy Gilmore
Oh,
videos as
right.
well.
Oh God, yes.
Those are fun.
And you guys
to make.
both did a great job in, you know, doing the Happy Gilmore tee off, you know, and
Yeah.
I don't know how many takes it took, but
One.
oh, it did. Okay.
Is that sorry? Was that the Santa one?
No, that was the one
There
where
was a few, yeah.
There's a
the
few.
Happy
Okay.
Gilmore where you were,
Okay.
you know, just launching it, you know, swinging it like a hockey
Okay.
stick
'Cause-
off
Yeah.
the tee. But
Because
you
there
both,
was
you guys
there
both
was-
like launched them. I was like, wow, that's impressive.
there was a Santa one we did where we were on the golf course and we had to
No.
get ahead of the people, like 3 holes. We skipped
Mhm.
3 holes, so we got dressed in our Santa gear because it was
Okay.
like the winter catalog is coming. I can't remember, that was 3 or 4 years ago. Anyways,
Yeah.
we dressed in our gear, did a Happy Gilmore, undressed, and played the rest of the round. But it was very,
Oh.
it was I thought that was the one you were talking about. But anyways,
Yeah. But then you passed, you nominated others
yes,
to do
the
that.
Oh,
Happy
yeah.
Gilmore
Yes.
challenge. Yes,
The Happy
yes.
Gilmore.
Yes.
I wish I knew about that. I would have totally done
Yeah.
that.
We might bring
Yeah,
that back, Lindsay.
Yeah, bring
Maybe
it
we Bring
back.
that back, Lindsay.
We're gonna have some fun with that one.
Yeah.
All right. So, any final advice for any top level executives who are thinking about getting into the social media game but don't really know what to do or where to start? I'm gonna start with you, Adam, on this.
I think it's just a question, just like what we did. It's a question of just do something. Just put something out there. Put yourself out there, even for whatever capacity you can handle. And again, everybody handles things differently. I think Graham's got a slightly deeper perspective on social media than I do. But when it comes to getting it done, you just put something out there, say hello, and connect who you are. Try and be as authentic as possible for the people that you're talking to on social media.
Well said. What about you, Graham?
Have fun. Like, just have fun with it. Be yourself. Don't worry
100%.
about the likes or the views, and just have fun with it. Like, if you're
Yeah.
worried about the views and likes, it's going to be disappointing because, you know, sometimes they get 4 likes, but it's like, that was a fun video to make.
Yeah.
And we laughed. And
Yeah.
you know what? That's what it's all about. You know, if we can, you know, have fun at work, I think that's, at the end of the day, you want to have fun with what you're doing in life. And I hope that goes through when we do the videos and the day-to-day stuff. So have fun with it. Don't worry about what other people think.
100% agree. Do it. Just do it. Like I
Yeah,
always
just do
say,
it.
like, just press that button, get in front of the camera, post it. Don't worry about the likes. You know, people are going to see it. You know, whether or not they like it,
Doesn't
be
matter.
consistent and you show your human side. You're going to come across as authentic. You're going to come across as approachable, and you're representing your business. You know, whoever you are representing your business, you're also a brand. Like, you know, you guys are a brand. In addition, you know, to True North Incentive Group being a brand, you guys are also brands in yourself. So you're representing the business. People are going to start to get to know you, and they're going to start to remember you, and that's really what it's all about. So one final question. You might be wondering why I'm wearing a Ranger jersey. The NHL playoffs are about to start,
Yeah.
and I found out the 3 of us are big hockey fans. Now, I found out offline that Graham is a Montreal Canadiens fan.
We don't tell
We
anyone.
don't tell.
that,
And
no.
Beth,
Well, now
Beth
the
and
world
Dave
knows.
are gonna scold me for saying that in public. Just letting you know that.
Well, that's okay because we've got Adam, who's a Toronto fan. I'm a Rangers fan. Where the 3 of us represent 3 of the original 6 teams.
That's true.
And so we're going to talk about whether or not our teams are going to make any noise in this playoff run. Now I'm going to start with with you and the Leafs, Adam. The Leafs, much maligned team. They haven't gotten out of the first round in how long? People.
Oh yeah, I keep saying that. Thanks.
People complain. Oh my God, the Leafs. They just can't get anywhere. What do you think are their chances of getting out of the first round in 2023?
I mean, they've got a great chance. Obviously, they're as a pure hockey skilled team. I think, and this is not being biased. I don't know if I can not be biased, but they're a very skilled team. They've got all the aspects of a team that should do well, and I think they've got a great chance of getting out of that first round. I mean, you've got some teams that are obviously going to give them a challenge, but
yeah.
This is the year that they need to put their nose down and grind it out, and forget about the injuries and just push through and play some old school hockey and use their talent. And,
I think they're getting out in the first round. Looks like they're going to play Tampa. They're going to have a little that revenge factor from last year. I think they're going to get out of the first round. And I think they're going to make some noise this year. I think they're going to potentially get to the conference finals. Now, I'm a Rangers fan. Last year I was bullish. I thought that the Rangers were going to go far, and they did. They went to the conference finals. They lost to Tampa, but this year the Rangers looks like they have the Devils potentially, and the Devils scare me this year. And I'm like, I'm a Rangers fan. I'm going to say, yeah, they're going to go deep, but if they get past that first round, I think they're going to do well. Do I think they're going to win it all? I don't know. The Bruins, man.
Bruins are
How
good.
good are the Bruins?
Bruins are good.
Bruins. Graham, what do you think? I
Well,
know you're a
Montreal's
Habs
not
fan.
going anywhere.
Yeah, they're not going anywhere
this year. But I do cheer for the Leafs. Like I said, like it's great for the economy. It's great for the downtown. The city gets electric. So I want to see them do well come playoff time. But again, I don't know if they have that extra level that some teams have. Like Tampa's good, but I think Toronto could get out of the first round. But Boston, I think all roads lead through Boston. To be honest with you, I think it was last night they broke the record for most points in the season. So it's going to be all roads lead through Boston, I feel. So
I agree. So I'm saying Boston wins.
I'll say Boston.
What about you, Adam?
Boston's the easy choice, I think. I never like to go with the one that everybody thinks is going to win, so I'm going to say Toronto.
Okay, nice.
Oh,
I like that.
I'm going to go on a limb and say that Toronto's going to win.
Hey, I would love to see Toronto win. I mean, original.
I would too, 100%.
I want to.
Yeah.
And
the city of Toronto will shut down for about a month.
Yeah, I agree. And a Canada-based team hasn't won since 1993, which was the last time the Habs won. And I don't. When's the last time a Canadian team was in the Stanley Cup Finals? I'm not sure when that was, but
Vancouver.
What?
2010, 2011.
Was it? I know the Senators were also in the Stanley Cup playoffs not long ago, but they haven't won since 1993. So that would be a huge, boon to Canada. And again, the Bruins. They go through the Bruins. The Bruins are the team to beat. They're so good, even as good as the Rangers were when they played the Bruins this year. It was like 5-1. I'm like, is this team really that good? They must be.
They're mean. They're fast.
They're mean. They're good. They got great goaltending.
Yeah.
A goaltender that scores goals too.
Yeah.
Crazy. Well, anyway, guys, this has been a really great chat. I thank you so much for being with me today.
Thank
if
you.
anybody wants to get hold of you guys, how can they do so? I'll start with you on this, Graham.
You can DM us on Instagram at TrueNorthIG. You can always email us as well. Graham, GRAHAM .Walsh, WALSH at TrueNorthIG.com. And we happy to chat, happy to connect. And that's it. Or TikTok, I believe it's True North IG.
Yeah.
And Facebook, True North Incentive Group. LinkedIn as well, True North Incentive Group.
Yeah, check out all their social media. It's awesome. Like I said, we're going to have the archive to this next week. We'll put in all of their social media accounts. What about you, Adam? How they get a hold of you?
Oh God! Just give Graham a shout.
Just send me an email. I'll pass it on.
There you go.
Same Graham. No, it's the same thing. I mean, you can connect with us. We're all over. I mean, through our website as well. We've got our all of our contact information there, which makes for some fun some fun phone calls that come in. But
Yeah.
we're definitely accessible. We're always connected, and through the various different platforms that Graham mentioned, just reach out, give us a shout.
Great. Thank you guys again. This has
Thank
been a
you.
great conversation. Thank you
Thanks
so
for your
much.
time. Appreciate it.
Yeah. For
Thanks,
Adam,
Vinny. Really appreciate it.
for Adam and Graham, I'm Vinny. We'll see you next time on the
Thanks,
Social
guys.
Angle.
Take care.
Thanks, Vinny. Thanks, guys.